What's up, YouTube? This is your big bro, King Jabez. Back today with another very important message. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, share this video, leave a comment, let me know what you think about my content. In addition to that, please feel free to follow me over on Instagram at the King Jabez. And for those who want to talk to me one-on-one, I do offer consultations. Whatever you decide to do, I will appreciate it. Let's do some work. Today's video, I believe I gave it the title, Chosen Ones. Something big is hitting your way. Don't break in the transition. This is a very important message today, and I want to really tap in with this and just give you some perspective as we transition into a new season of summer. The first official day was just this weekend, where I'm at my hometown right now. 90 degrees plus every day for the next 4 or 5 days, 95 degrees actually. And just get ready for the summer and all that comes with that. People are traveling, going on vacations, weddings, events, taking your significant other out on dates. This is a time to really just enjoy being out, right? A transition. And so naturally people are planning good things. I would hope so. I've already counted down. I've got 90 days of summer. I'm already looking forward to some plans I want to enact and some things I want to do. And so as we transition into a new season, when there's sunlight, hope, people are feeling better, they're out. It's just a different part of the earth for everybody. During a transition, you don't want to break when the pressure increases. And so I want to really talk about that today and what we can do to prepare ourselves, because right before the break, the pressure increases, the temptations increase, right? When opportunity comes temptation. With opportunity comes opposition, haters, jealousy. So that's something you can do to prepare yourself on a mental level, right? The books that you digest, the knowledge you're accumulating on a physical level, going to the gym, take care of your body, the way you present yourself, the clothes you wear, all of that comes with that. And a part of your physical appearance that I want to talk about today is your skincare routine. And this gives me a chance to transition right into today's sponsor for this video, Tiege Hanley. Tiege Hanley makes the process of skincare both accessible as well as affordable. You big bro. I've been working with their products now for a couple of years. Skin is clear. You guys have been commenting on that on my socials, over on IG, my stories and whatnot, and at the gym. And I recommend their level 1 system. With their level 1 skincare package, you'll receive this in a box in the mail. Yeah. So you're going to have their daily face wash. You can see mine is still wet, actually, because I use it earlier today. I use mine 3 times a day. You understand? First thing in the morning. I use it after my workout, and I use it again at night for a little bit. So you're supposed to use it twice. I use it 3 times, but at least twice a day, the daily face wash. Using it for years now. And I don't even think about it. They're going to give you a card, by the way. And the card will break down exactly how much you use day by day. So I remember when I first started 2 years ago, I was actually looking at the card every day. I'm going to show that to you on the screen. And as, of course, now at this point, I'm used to it. So it's just like clockwork to get up and just do it every day. But they'll have a card for you to use. In the morning after you wash your face, you'll use this AM moisturizer and also the super serum. Use that twice a day. And in the evening, they also have a PM moisturizer. So you want to use this consistently twice a day. And of course, with everything else, your lifestyle. Lifestyle is important. You can't have skincare and not take care of yourself. Drink your water, go to the gym, do what you need to do. Fast, all stuff I've been teaching for the last 5 years on my platform. When you're doing all of that combined with this, you're going to be glowing. And because Tiege Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they are offering you an amazing deal. Just click the link in the description to get 40% off your first skincare system and a free gift. Plus, as a member, you'll get 20% off for life. So again, guys, ladies, take advantage of this opportunity. Thank you, Tiege Hanley, for sponsoring today's YouTube video. So as we talk about this process of not breaking during the transition, from a theological perspective, theology, study of God, the old men used to say, don't, of course, for the purpose of YouTube, don't unalive yourself in the waiting room. What did they mean by that? They're essentially saying that every chosen man, every chosen woman goes through a period of waiting, right? So patience brings good things. Let's go ahead and just tap in with that, because we gotta course, I'm online right now. This is YouTube, and I'm over on all socials, Instagram, Facebook. So I'm kind of a content creator guy at this point. But I understand that what content creation is this quick fix mentality. So even though I am a content creator, I'm not here teaching quick fix. I want you to understand that. Yes, these videos are 1 minute long, 10 minutes long, 20 minutes long. These are snippets, okay, into my life I've been living. I had a conversation today, man. Shout out to brother I talked to on the phone today, and he was asking me, "Big bro, how do you?" I get this question all the time. How do you know all this stuff? And I make it sound so easy because I have lived this. You hear me, gang? This is a lifestyle. I had to experience this stuff. What I've learned, they don't teach us in a book. I had to live these real experiences, go to a job and face all the energy, go to a school system. All that came out my way in life, it caused me to figure out some things. And it should be the same for you. That's your journey. As all this pressure and energy and realities and decisions and people come your way, as a chosen man and woman in transition to something greater, you got to step back and start asking some questions. So, yeah, tap in with someone like me. That's what I did. I had mentors for years. I tell you guys that all the time. I always had mentors. My entire 20s. I had one in particular who was like a father to me from the age of 22 to 30. It's interesting. I had a dream about him today, which is, I know that's God speaking to me. I had a dream about him today. And I could think it was just the Most High's way of reminding me of my roots, right? And so for 22 to 30, this was like my dad, to be honest. And that's the problem today, is this disconnected generations. I know some of y'all don't want to hear that, but your big bro got this far because I had father figures. Ladies, having older women you could talk to. Life was never designed for you to figure it out by yourself. And even with that, I still don't have all the answers. That's the thing. So even with, so I'm not like I'm sitting there now like I got it all figured out. Even with me, I'm still trying to figure it out. Okay, on some real stuff, I'm gonna just say on some real nigga stuff, I'm still figuring it out. It ain't over. The stuff ain't sweet out here. This is the real world. They throwing all types of stuff at us right now, gang. You know what time it is. You got a phone, don't you? It's real in the field. You hear me? So I'm still figuring it out. So it would have been even harder for me had I not had leadership who gave me some principles to live by, some advice, some guidance. I got like a roadmap. Now I could think back now and think, what would my mentor do in this situation? What would my grandfather do in this situation? What would this person do in this situation? And look at what I've learned myself and make a decision. That's why there's safety in a multitude of counselors. And especially with online space, you got all type of people. You got people like me, okay? You got others online who can give you advice every single day. So you are without excuse. But it's up to you. With all the advice in the world, you can have 1,000 mentors. At the end of the day, you still have to make those decisions. You still have to live a certain way. So you ladies who had mother figures and older women who gave you advice and guided you through life, at the end of the day, you still got to be your own woman, right? At the end of the day, you still got to be your own man. So they're not there to think for you. That's not the purpose of a mentor. They're there to present some information, give you some guidance from their experience, from their perspective, right? And it's up to you as an individual to take from them what you can, and what doesn't apply, don't just disregard it. So you will never agree with everything someone says. So if your criteria to listen to me is to agree with everything I say, you should cut me off right now. Because you probably won't agree with everything I say, and that's fine, because I don't know everything. Okay? Duh. So people kill me with that. I think I know everything. No, I don't. I know a lot. I'll say that. I am knowledgeable, but I don't know everything. Okay? Only one who's omniscient or all-knowing is the Most High. That part. So on our journey in transition, since we do have limited information, back on track, kind of a little bit back on track, sometimes we get lost. I can admit that sometimes, okay, we're trying to figure out what do I do next, and during that transition, before you get to the next level, you have to be careful about, ready for this, today's word, panicking. That is a temptation when you are going through a process of growth and let some things be gone and build some other things in your life. In other words, leaving behind you what doesn't serve you is what I'm trying to say, and move into what is actually for you. That can be a stressful time of your life. I know all about transition. Transitions are difficult. Transitions are painful. You know something's coming, but you don't quite know when and how, right? And I look back on my life. right before I transitioned to something better, it kind of got a little worse before, right? And I'm not saying your life's going to fall apart, but I have noticed right before a break, the pressure seems to increase because you're transitioning. So if right now in your life, out of nowhere, it seems like everything's just closing in on you, don't panic. Somebody put in the comment section, don't panic. Fall back. And this is why I say I'm giving some game too. I got some notes right here today. I'm going to tell you how to do this. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and tap right in. I got like 6-7 points to say about what to do during transition. Let's go ahead and tap in now. I was kind of just dancing around. Let's go ahead and tap in. Now, when you are in transition, the pressure increases. This is not an order of importance. Number one, meditate. When your mind is just running, you need to ground yourself. It's hot outside now. Go outside. Get you some sunlight. Like the old folks say, go touch some grass. that's what Grandma meant by that. That's what Granddad meant by that. He said, get outside and enjoy the natural creation. Right? Get some fresh air. Get some of that sunlight. Get out of your house. Get off that couch. Get off. Say it like Deion Sanders. Get off your phone. I just wanted to say that. But seriously, get off your phone. Put that phone down. Go outside and enjoy your real life. Don't be glued to your phone all summer. My boy, sis, put that phone down and then go enjoy your actual existence. That makes sense? Get outside. Meditate. Get that fresh air. I was just outside yesterday meditating in my backyard of my house. And it felt good to be out there. It was hot outside. I'm on the ground. And you're feeling all that fresh air. You see the birds around. I enjoy that. Maybe that sounds weird to y'all. But hearing the birds sing and the trees and the different insects, that is healing to me. Because what am I doing? I am in my natural state now. This being in this house, this is not really natural, to be honest. My opinion. I personally, and I'm not an expert, but I believe we were meant to be outside more than we actually are. And I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all will agree with me with that too. So nature is powerful. So if you're transitioning and you got decisions to make, get your journal. I get this one. Mine's purple. Yes, because purple is my favorite color. It's a color of royalty. I consider myself royalty because I belong to the Most High. That's why. Since He is the King and I'm His son, it makes me royal. There you go. I believed that way for years. In fact, even my name, King Jabez, my name was Prince Jabez. That was my first email. It was my first email till I'm a business now. I was like 21, 22, was Prince, God's son, servant. You know how that's how big bro been coming. I didn't get spiritual online, my boy. I've been doing this, gang. It's like 2021. Well, how old was I? Because I like to be accurate. Yeah, about 21, 22. Really young. And that was my first email. It was Prince, God's son, servant at yahoo.com or something like that. And so I've always understood who I am. He is the king. I'm the son. And so, understanding that, and what am I talking about now? Having a journal. I had to explain why I was purple. That's why. I had to explain that real quick. Why this man got a purple on there, boy? That's why. So, meditating each day, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, it will calm your mind. You can make some better decisions. Okay, that's been my experience. You will see things clear. Another way to ground yourself, and I'll give everything today, give you a few. Exercise. Big bro in the gym. I go to the gym every day. And listen, I'm on a streak right now. This is what I learned. I'm giving y'all all type of advice. You ought to pay me for this. To be honest, I'll give y'all some real life advice. I made a decision to go to the gym every day for a long time. I'm going to go as long as I can, to be honest. Today marks 120 days I went to the gym every single day. Now, common sense tells you I'm not in there lifting heavy weights every day. I think that should be common sense, but some people ain't got common sense. Some days I go in there just to walk, to hit the sauna, to do some cardio. But nevertheless, I go every day. Here's been my real life experience. Guess how many times I've been sick in the last 120 days? You guess? Goose egg. 0 days. So I have learned from my own experience, man, that movement keeps you healthier. Just going to the gym, whether I'm lifting or walking or running or doing something, hitting that sauna, drinking my gallon of water, eating a decent diet, fasting somewhat on some level, whether it's, even if it's just 12 hours, whatever, because some people actually don't tell how long should you fast. Don't worry about that. Just do it. We always worry about the specifics. That's up to you. It could be 12 hours. It could be 16. You could do 24 hours. You could go 3 days. It's up to you. There's no one answer to that. So let me just answer that question briefly because y'all been asking me that for years now. 12 hours. Let me give you an answer. 12 hours is a fast, half a day. 16 hours, intermittent fasting. You do 24 hours, a full 1 day. You could do a full week. It's up to you, your health, and your physician. I am not a medical doctor. That's something you got to figure out. But fasting will help everybody on some level. I'll put that out there. So all of that movement, you say, what's that to do with transition? Everything. Because where you transition to, where are you going if you're not healthy? Let's just be real here. You got to be healthy. And of course, when you're healthy, you feel better mentally. That's my experience. When I don't feel good physically, it affects the mental. But when I have, like right now, I feel good. I'm in good health. I haven't been sick in months. Getting those steps in, getting outside, drinking my water, eating a decent diet. Not a great diet, but a decent diet. And, you feel good. And from that place of wellness, you can make some decisions. That's what I'm trying to say. So when life is difficult, you don't want to increase the difficulty with poor decisions day by day. You see what I'm saying? In other words, so much happens in life that you can't control. Life is unpredictable. You got to be wise with what you can't control. That's what I'm trying to say. Another way to ground yourself, and I just did this just last week. Spend a few hours in some what people consider deep work or concentrated study. Spend a few hours doing what you actually like to do. Right? That's a way of grounding yourself. You have control over that. Whether that be reading a book or listening to a podcast or taking notes, doing something to increase your skill set. So whatever it is that you do, for example, if you are a barber, just throwing something out there, obviously, you watch a podcast on this barber on how to, get more quality blades or whatever it is. I had a barber, he did that. He was watching that podcast before I got there. He was trying to improve his craft actually. So, whatever you're doing, finding time to get better at that, that's going to definitely help you in transition. Because if you're going somewhere, where are you going if you're not good at something? Right? This stuff is really common sense, but it has to be said. So spend a few hours actually studying what you're doing. So in my case, I do, I'm spiritual leadership, life coach, life advice. So I'm constantly studying topics in that area, such as business or finance or spirituality, identity, culture, whatever the case may be. Various subjects that are relevant to what I'm doing every day, right? So you can do the same thing. So whatever you're doing, spend time actually developing that, and that will help you in any transition, right? Okay, so let me add this to this real quick too. Enjoying or some type of creative expression or outlet through music. Enjoy basically experience the joy that comes with music. Music is very powerful. So find an album you like. Go to Spotify, Apple Music. Listen to an album, the whole album for an hour if you need to, from start to beginning, to get some inspiration, to get some guidance. Sometimes music can be useful in your life. It's like a mantra. In fact, that's what Michael Jackson said. Music is like mantras. And when you're saying these words and choruses over and over again, it's going deep to your subconscious mind. So it is a part of programming you. The truth is, music does program you. That's true. So finding some music that can lift your spirit and give you some inspiration can be helpful when you have to make some decisions. Sometimes the transition is just simply bringing order to your world. Organizing your room. I know it sounds crazy. Organizing your kitchen, organizing your closet, your garage, your car. Bringing order to your stuff. That's huge. The cleanliness of your house. I know sometimes even me, when I go outside, I got a big backyard and grass. Sometimes I dread doing it because I know it's going to take me an hour or two. But I always feel better afterwards. I don't feel good always going into it. I've always had that initial, I don't want to do this right now because I have stuff I need to do. But once I fire the lawnmower up and I get to working, because once I get the hardest part getting going, for anybody cut grass, once you get going, because you don't care anymore. But once you get going and it's done, I always had that sense of wellness afterwards. Okay, what did I do? I brought order to my environment. By taking that time to put the gas in the lawnmower, firing it up, getting it done, I just brought some sense of stability to my entire environment. And that's what we have to do. So whether it be cutting the grass or whether it be cleaning your room, the kitchen, whatever, never underestimate the power of order. Because sometimes we try to complicate stuff as people. And that's what I'm doing today in this video. I'm kind of making it plain for you. Stop complicating your life. Bring order to your life. Meditate. Get into shape. Study your craft. Go forward with your craft. Just live your life. You know what I mean? Enjoy your life. Don't. In other words, don't allow the pressure to rob you of the enjoyment of your existence. And don't dread that. Even when you got to do chores, don't feel bad about it. Enjoy you have something to clean. Because some people, think of it that way. Some people have nothing. You ever thought about that? So next time you're upset about cutting your grass, or that speaks to me now, talk to myself now, or washing your car, whatever it may be, or cleaning the bathroom or the kitchen or whatever, a bedroom, think, you know what, man, I just taught myself something actually. That's actually pretty good. You know what? Say to yourself, you know what, God, I'm happy I have a house to clean. I'm happy I have a room to clean. Some people don't have anything. I'm happy I have clothes to take to the laundromat. See, we got to change our perspective. I'm actually preaching to myself right now. We have to change our perspective of life and stop looking at things with this negative perspective. So the next time you got to do some chores like me, say to yourself, I'm grateful I have something to clean. And that will change your perspective. So that's what I'm going to talk about today in this video. Something big is coming. And you want to transition into that with these practical tools. Don't allow the pressure to rob you of the enjoyment of your life. So that's what I have for you today. Thanks for listening. God bless. Peace.